New mutated virus has appeared on Earth. Infected people will slowly mutate into different animals. They will gradually grow animal skin and hair. Immediately after that, they lose the ability to speak human language. Finally, they will leave the society and live in the forest. Emil's mom was also infected and turned into a bear. Today is the day when father and son come to visit her at the shelter. On the way, they come across a mutant riot. A strong Birdman has escaped from the holding vehicle. The Birdman's sharp claws and misshapen face terrified Emil. Luckily, he didn't attack the father and son and fled. Later, the two men arrive at the shelter. In the hallway sits a child who has been turned into an anteater.
T'embêtes les gens là.
Ça va.
Next, the father and son are led by a doctor to Lena's room. Lena is aggressive because she has turned into a bear. She was given a separate room in the shelter in order to awaken her humanity. The doctor had plastered the walls with pictures of her family, but from the scratches on the wall, it doesn't seem to have had much effect. Watching her father talk softly with his arm around her mom, it's no different than before mom's mutation, but Emil stood outside, unwilling to come closer. Ever since the time mom lost her mind and attacked him, he had decided that Lena was no longer his mom, but with his father's encouragement, he mustered up the courage to walk in. However, Lena saw him but didn't say a word, seemed to have forgotten him as her son. Soon after, to be able to take care of his wife, ASO took Emil and moved to the nearest town to the shelter. It was far from the hustle and bustle of the city with a large forest behind the house, and Emil moved to the town's middle school. In order not to let his classmates know that his mom was a mutant, he lied that his mom had died. A few days later, ASO received a call from the shelter. The car picking up the mutants had an accident and fell into the lake. There was his wife Lena in it. ASO rushed to the accident site first thing. Good thing Lena wasn't on the death list, but the mutants who survived fled into the nearby jungle. When they got back that night, ASO hung his and his son's clothes in a tree behind the house, so that Lena could follow the scent to her family. But Emil wasn't very cooperative. He felt that his mom, who had turned into a bear, had lost her humanity. The next day in gym class, Emil was assigned to the tug-of-war team. For some reason, he was usually weak, but suddenly he was energized. Alone, he was able to resist the tug-of-war of the four men on the other side of the room. Luckily, his classmates didn't notice anything unusual, but he himself obviously felt the change in his body. So not waiting for the end of school, he rushed home to find tweezers. Surprisingly, he pulled out a claw from underneath his fingernail. He panicked and took off his clothes to check his body in the mirror. Upon seeing the raised spine in his back, he realized that he was also infected by the virus. Next thing you know, he'll be a monster that everyone hates, just like his mom.